Hello, wonderful people of Star Citizen. This is Tobias Gunny again, saying good morning, hello. So, today, again, I will be recording with no script. This is how it will be in the beginning, as I don't really know what I'm doing for my videos yet. I just sort of get a random idea that I want to talk about, and I wake up and I'm like, you know what, I'm going to do a video today. And I do a video sometimes. So here it is. And today we are going to be discussing meta and meta gameplay and the merits of meta gameplay and the merits of what I am beginning to call the Star Citizen hard start. So I wanted to talk to you guys about what I've been doing to increase my level of engagement in the game. As you can see, I've got plenty of ships. I don't have any big ships because I don't like them. I'm just one of those pilots. I like small ships. So, excuse me, it is morning for me, so I am drinking coffee. You will hear that every once in a while. So, like I mentioned in a previous video, I was donated lots of credits by people in my org. And also a couple of random players, as you guys know, happens sometimes in global chat. And I used those credits to buy ships that I thought would help me help the people that had donated those credits to me, typically. Sorry. Typically. So I bought the Buccaneer as a reaction to a lot of my friends being shot down by another org at the time, and then I bought the Hawk to try and join other people in bounty hunting gameplay, and so on and so forth. So, I got to a point where I had several 100,000 credits. I was trying to work my way. Oh, somebody left their guns behind. That's never a good sign. That does not look like whoever's guns those are. They're not having a good day. So, oh shoot, I forgot where I was going. Something about a hard start. So yeah, I had lots of ships, lots of credits, and for me, being a small ship pilot, I didn't really know what else to do. What next? You know, there's plenty of small ships to fly, but do I want to own all of the small ships? Do I want to have a hangar with? Do I want to have? Do I want to have a hangar with 18, 20, 30 different ships in it? And I thought, no, I really don't. I really don't. So, hold on. Let me do my post flights. Okay. So, I decided I didn't want them. I didn't want all those ships. Didn't want a ton of them. So I ran out of things to do. There's only so many career options in the verse right now, and there's only so many gameplay loops. There's a ton of gameplay loops. I'm not. You know what? Let's not beat around the bush there. There's tons of things to do in the verse if you really want to. It's just at over 1,000 hours, close to 2,000 hours of gameplay, I had done a lot of it. So anyways, it wasn't getting old. Every patch, there's new things to do, but I wanted more of a challenge. I wanted more of a reason to get in. And, you know, the moment I get into the verse, I wanted to kind of know what I wanted to do instead of being sort of lost for the first, like, oh, I don't know, let's go form a group or whatever, right? So I started doing the Star Citizen Hard Start, which was I gave all of the credits that I had except for 20,000, was it 25,000? Because that's my starting credit amount so far. Gave all my credits but 25,000 to another player. and I stripped my ships down to the cheapest, worst components I had. Not even the cheapest, worst components that they came with, but the worst components I had in my inventory. I even went out, and the first bit of money that I earned in the verse after giving all my credits away, one of the first things I bought was the worst power plant. It had the lowest output in the game that I could find. I believe it was like a really, really like a Class C competition drive or something, or maybe a Class C stealth drive. Just extremely low output. And then I got the worst coolers I could put in. Long story short, if you fly the Aurora with the cheapest, worst parts you can get in it, it is a challenge to even get it off the pad without overheating. It teaches you a lot about the balancing different power systems and heat systems within your ship, because it, it's all so ambiguous right now, and it's very difficult to teach anyone, like, hey, this is or isn't how this thing works. It doesn't really work like that right now. Um, Somebody's at private property, you see that? Let's do a high-speed flyby. Scan him down first. Okay. Sorry, these are just some of the things you have to do, and you're doing illicit careers. So, hard start. So, it taught me a lot about the systems in the ship, because they're very difficult to teach. It's something you just have to kind of start to get a feel for, and learn what your graphs mean, and when they climb or when they don't climb, what that means, right? So, oh, very interesting. There, okay. So, sorry about the silence, guys. So when I did the hard start, it's so hard not to get super concentrated when you're coming in for a landing. Man, this guy's gonna want to come and check me out, I bet. He might be in a prospector, but let me do this. Yeah. This guy is not. I think I'm gonna go declare my intentions really quick. So, I'm near a drug lab. I'm going to go uh, fill up on some stock of some drugs, and this guy's in a prospector for some reason right near my drug lab. And so I just kind of want to let him know without being a total dick. So, sorry guys. I'm gonna still be learning how to record raw like this, unscripted. So, yeah, the moments of silence, I'm really sorry about that part. I know that as a YouTube recording person, I'm gonna have to work on that sort of etiquette a lot. So here I am, just sort of, I'm gonna do a short flyby of this guy, and then just kind of leave. That way he knows I don't care about him. Um, Now, to be fair, he could be scouting for somebody. But that's why you just got to be cautious when you're landing at these spots, because people will. Shit. Come on. Landing gear down. Come on.
Landing gear deployed.
Come on. Ah, there we go. Okay. All right. Let's see if he comes over to me or if he's going to fly away. Now, we are going to do one thing. All right. Watch him. All right. I think he's departing. Okay. So, sorry about that, guys. We were talking about the hard start. I got so distracted. So it has provided me with a new purpose in the game, and I have I think over 100,000 credits again now. I've done some grinding with friends. Every time I do grinding, I use it to go out and buy parts. And yes, I lose parts every time they do a patch. I lose parts every time I do a hard character reset through the website. Um, so before, losing parts meant, oh man, that sucks. You got to go back and oh this and oh that. It was a bummer, right? Well, since I want to do the hard start and I want my character to constantly kind of be like being kicked on its ass, well, the hard start, the resets are perfect. Take all the parts you want from me. That just gives me more to work for this next patch. So that shift in mentality has been really helpful for me. Um, oh, this happens sometimes. The drug console doesn't load right away still. It's very weird, so I have to go outside, wait around. The reason I go outside when I'm here is that I can hear other ships approaching. And the reason I don't sit in my ship is it just takes too long to get in and out. The animation takes too long. But if I'm out here and I'm just standing still, I can hear if other ships are approaching. So I think this will probably be where I end the video because now it's going to get boring. I'm just going to be standing inside this drug location until it decides to load. So I will probably purchase about 30,000 credits worth of slam, and I'll be going to sell it for about 40,000, maybe 42, somewhere in that range. So for a small ship, you only need about 10,000 credits to get started in the drug trade. The profit margins are very high. So with 10,000, I think you make, somewhere around 3 or 4,000 credits profit. Um, it's very dangerous. You will die if you see another player, just pretty much period. We were lucky with that guy. He was a prospector, and I had no drugs on my ship. Otherwise, we would have had to get out of there very, very quickly. Um, any player who plays legal gameplay will try to kill you if you have a crime stat. And a lot of them, even if they don't have a crime stat yet, they'll try to kill you if you have drugs on your ship. Just knowing that you're a smuggler or a pirate is enough for a lot of legal players to try and kill you. Yes, it will give them a crime stat, but vigilante justice and all that. So be careful. Be careful. Me doing a video where I do drug runs in the background, that's my gameplay loop. I'm a smuggler, and um, oh, I forgot the other thing, but basically, a smuggler and a gun runner. So, um, don't take me doing this in the background of my videos as a reason to believe that this is a good or fun gameplay loop. This is part of my hard start. So it is not very fast profit because you can't sell very much at a time. You can buy a lot, but that's one of those bad decisions you can make. You can buy a lot of drugs, you end up having to store them somewhere for a long time, or not being able to sell them anywhere and losing a whole 500K or 700K worth of slam in a caterpillar. It's not what the big ships are designed for. Um, that's actually what I started this video about, was the meta and anti-meta gameplay, and the sort of merits of both. Meta gameplay is great. It will make you the best at what you're doing in this patch. But if you want to be a rounded out player, you're going to need to have uh, the ability to adapt to new patches. And so, they've got those Dominance 3 scatter guns are cutting through shields. Great. I don't use them on my ships this patch. Oh, I'm sorry. Does that sound bizarre? Because that means that if somebody in the verse comes up against me with attrition 3s, they'll kill me? No, that's fine. I don't care. I don't have pride for this patch's playthrough, right? I'm not upset because somebody killed me. Um, I feel bad for them because they killed me with a stupid weapon that's broken this patch, and that means that next patch they're gonna fight like they have guns that cut through shields, when more than likely the devs are gonna fix that. So my message to anybody, this is the end. I'll wrap this up here. My message to anybody doing meta gameplay, or who feels they need to ask people, hey, what's the best weapon for this? What's the best weapon for that? What's the best shield for this? What's the best cooler for that? None of it matters. There is no meta in this gameplay, regardless of what people tell you has the highest stats. Every component in this game has varied stats at different levels. So that just means that that's the highest stat that they have become attached to. That does not mean, because no parts in the game have the highest of all the stats in everything. That's not how Chris Roberts or the developers want this game to work. So, when you ask about meta, remember that that's just the meta for one particular thing, and more than likely just this patch. So if you want to be good at Star Citizen, learn how to play the game with the worst parts you can possibly stand to use. Because that means that if you accidentally get a hold of a meta laser and put it on your ship, and you're used to fighting with crappy lasers, now you'll be a badass. Instead of thinking you're always going to be able to fight with meta and having an update nerf your combat abilities. So that is all for my self-righteous little meta hard start playthrough talk, and I hope you all were able to gain something from it, even if it was just seeing me do an unsuccessful drug pickup run, because that's what that just was. It appears that private property is not loading, so I won't waste my time. I'll go do missions or something, and I'll try and come back and see if it's working some other time. So it's been a good morning so far. It's been nice to wake up with you all, and I hope that you guys have a wonderful week in Star Citizen.